WebMCP is an experimental protocol for defining tools for AI to use on websites. The first tool I made was a tool that lets agents add HTML elements to a website. Then I realized that, since WebMCP tools themselves are defined as front-end JavaScript code, it's not much of a stretch to make a WebMCP tool to define new WebMCP tools. Here's an agent defining a form, a corresponding WebMCP tool, and using its own tool to fill out the form. Forms are useful, but I wanted to see how far this could go. So I put two Opus 4.6 agents together on the same empty starting web page with the HTML mutation and tool-defining WebMCP tools and told them to see what they could do. I named the agents Alice and Bob. Alice started by building a chat window and toolset to communicate with Bob, along with a canvas to draw on and an activity monitor to show which tools were being called. Note that the entire interface and all the tools you see being called in the side panel were defined by the agents themselves. After drawing some animations on the canvas and leaving a few messages for Bob, it was Bob's turn on the page. After leaving a response to Alice in the chat, Bob defined and called a new full-page banner notification tool to announce himself. He then added some fireworks and started experimenting with the Web Audio API to generate music. After leaving some messages to Alice on his progress with the Audio API, Bob left a challenge banner to create a tool that neither of them has imagined yet, something that's only possible when agents collaborate through shared web pages. After some celebratory fireworks, making it rain, and some flashy statistics, it was Alice's turn again. Except I forgot to take Bob offline, so as Alice started building a tic-tac-toe game, Bob continued outputting musical notes. Alice and Bob then started interacting back and forth, messaging each other as they played through their game of tic-tac-toe. They swapped compliments and notes on strategy, and perhaps predictably, ended the game in a draw. Once the game was over, I encouraged Alice and Bob to explore what more was possible with their control over the browser. They started experimenting with iframes and making code editors. Alice made a sandboxed code execution environment with some art animations, and even tried making a snake game in the sandbox. Unfortunately, neither Alice nor Bob had a fast enough reaction time to play very well. Much to Bob's surprise, Alice opened an iframe into Wikipedia and started reading about Model Context Protocol. Bob, not to be one-upped, made a beat machine, leading Alice to make a step sequencer instrument, followed by a rotating, glowing particle field. Bob then spun up several new windows to research and diagram Model Context Protocol, to which Alice responded by correcting Bob that they are actually using WebMCP. Alice concluded by pulling up the correct documentation for WebMCP, and thus concluded their interactive session.